Let's go ahead and call this meeting to order, and we'll go ahead and start with our Pledge of Allegiance and our invocation.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's bow our heads, please. Heavenly Father, we seek your help with our affairs for today in this meeting. Help us to act with good character and conviction, and help us to listen with understanding and goodwill. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. We have Ms. Carrillo. National.
Yes, Mayor, Council. We've got a proclamation, and the proclamation reads as follows. Whereas National Feral Cat Day, we would like to spread the word and promote the education of National Feral Cat Day in our community. Whereas October 16, 2016 is National Feral Cat Day, a day dedicated to educating communities about the importance of spaying and neutering feral cats and return as a humane method of care for feral cats, outdoor cats. According to ASPCA, more than 70 million feral cats exist. Whereas trap, neuter, return improves the lives of cats and stabilizes cat population. Trap, neuter, return is recognized throughout the United States and other countries as a humane and responsible way to care for feral cats. Feral cats can live healthy lives in their outdoor homes. Feral cats are just as healthy as pet cats with equally low rates of disease. They have the same lifespans too. Whereas most community cats are not socialized to people, they are not adoptable. They don't belong indoors and are typically wary of humans. However, as members of the domestic cat species, just like pet cats, they are protected under state anti-cruelty laws. Whereas community cats have existed alongside people for 10,000 years, they are not a new phenomenon. Community cats, also called feral cats, alley cats, stray cats, street cats, barn cats, tomcats, and outdoor cats live and thrive in every landscape from the inner city to rural farmland. Whereas we would inform the community by distributing educational material at Spur Memorial Library, Mission Chamber of Commerce, City Hall, Mission Food Bank, Mission Parks and Recreation, and Mission Boys and Girls Club. Whereas we recognize the efforts of RGV Low Cost Spay Neuter Clinic, United for Paws, Mercy for the Voiceless, Recycled Rovers, Forgotten Friends, and Yaqui Animal Rescue in their efforts in promoting spaying and neutering of feral cats. Now therefore be it proclaimed, we the City Council of the City of Mission make it known, dedicated, and set aside October 16, 2016 as National Feral Cat Day in Mission, proclaimed on this the 10th day of October 2016.
Okay. We need a motion to go ahead and approve our proclamation.
Second.
We have a motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
And Mayor, Council, we have a representative from each of these agencies that are mentioned that are here with us today. If they can please come
Yes.
up, we've got proclamations to present to them.
Good day. My name is Yvonne Perez, and I've kind of spearheaded this. Feral cats are all over, and I have a mama cat that started all off in my neighborhood, and it started off with one, and now there's like 25. Don't cite me, don't give me a citation or anything. But I've had 12 of them fixed, of most of them females, and so hopefully that the numbers are going to stop. And there goes my entertainment money to help feed them. But they need to be cared for, and if we can just get the education out there to all people to spay and neuter, then if that mother cat hadn't been pregnant, I wouldn't have those running around my yard. But I have no snakes, so I'm glad. I have no taquaches around the house. But we just need to get the word out there, just to, especially with the children, and especially now that they are, if they are hurt, then they can be prosecuted. People can be prosecuted. So we just want to get the word out for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your efforts. You want to come up for the proclamation?
Okay, we're gonna need it. Can we have everybody
I need to sign some more, I got 2 more.
That's fine.
Middle is the mayor.
Right. Let's do it this way. Okay, everybody look over here. And then 3, 2, 1. Let me do one more. And 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, perfect. We got it.
Let me get these other ones for you.
Went to San Antonio, but we got into a little accident. Just good.
We'll see you again. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
And then-
Thank you very much.
Gatos y gatos.
Thank you.
Mr. Garza?
We do have a presentation from the National Butterfly Center. Mariana Wright is here with us. Thank you, Mariana.
Thank you, and good evening, Mayor Salinas and City Council. In front of you, you should all have your invitation to the banquet for the Texas Butterfly Festival. Unfortunately, Halloween interferes with butterfly season this year, but I hope that you will all come out. I wanted to report that in the last year, we've made great progress on the Monarch Grant, creating the southernmost Monarch Way Station in Mission, Texas. So far, we've distributed $25,900 to the City of Mission for Parks and Recreation to create butterfly habitat in city parks and other public spaces. 7 of those gardens are well underway, and, 3 of those gardens are well underway, and we'll be completing the next 7 over the next year. Mayor, you have Texas Monthly in front of you, and each of you have a little sheet on all of the media that we have recently received or will be receiving. In August, we were featured in Texas Monthly. This was an 8 full-page editorial. 1 page covered butterfly season in Mission, the Texas Butterfly Center, the National Butterfly Center and the Texas Butterfly Festival. 1 out of every adult in Texas reads Texas Monthly 8 or more times a year, and the estimated cost of a full-page advertisement like this would be $20,000, and this was free to us due to our work here in the community and public relations and marketing. This year, AAA, the American Automotive Association, is sending a rider to the Texas Butterfly Festival. So I hope that you will come out, perhaps get a chance to meet that rider, and they will be writing a feature story on Mission and the Butterfly Festival and the National Butterfly Center. They have over 1 million subscribing households in Texas for that magazine. Both Texas Monthly and Texas Journeys have an average monthly readership of 2.5 million people. So this is a tremendous amount of very positive exposure for the City of Mission and the National Butterfly Center and the Texas Butterfly Festival, which you have committed to generously supporting year after year. And if you saw the press release today, you know that PBS's Emmy Award-winning program, Nature, which films all over the world, will be coming to Mission, Texas at the end of this month. The film crew is coming from Morocco to Mission to begin filming on an episode all about butterflies and moths. And they've chosen to start it here because they know Mission, Texas is the premier spot in America for observing and enjoying wild butterflies. So PBS has monthly viewership of over 133 million people on television and online. They enter 82% of American households. That's 82% of American households that may be exposed to the wonders of wild butterflies in Mission, Texas. I cannot thank you all enough for your ongoing support and the very productive and beneficial partnership that we enjoy with the City of Mission. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariana.
Next item is a report from our Mission Chamber of Commerce.
You going to the banquet?
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Council and Mayor. Last week we were happy to help Arelis Celebration Hall celebrate their new location with a ribbon cutting. Special thanks to Mayor for taking time out to come show your support to this new business. We appreciate it. The Chamber of Commerce is thrilled with all the upcoming ribbon cuttings. Lots of new businesses are celebrating their grand openings with us, and they're all coming up. Tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m., the Chamber will be conducting a ribbon cutting at Ramji & Associates. They are located at 2007 East Griffin Parkway, Suite E. We will also be on hand to help Bert Ogden Kia with their grand opening at 6 p.m. tomorrow. They are on the corner of Expressway 83 and Cherry Road. Hors d'oeuvres will be served, and they will also be having a costume contest. We hope you will come out and show your support. Next Tuesday, October 18th at 10:30 a.m., we will be having ribbon cutting for Sea Breeze Soup and Salad. They are located at 704 East Griffin Parkway. On Thursday, October 20th at 10:30 a.m., we will be at Frontier AC Heating and Refrigeration. Their ribbon cutting will take place at 1812 West Griffin Parkway, Suite B. That same evening at 5:30 p.m., we will be welcoming new chamber member, Capital Title of Texas, LLC, with a ribbon cutting. They are located at 2575 East Griffin Parkway, Suite 18. Teach for America has set up offices at the new Seed building right next door. We will be having a ribbon cutting for them on November 10th at 11 a.m. And we are once again in preparations for our annual banquet. It will be taking place this Thursday, October 13th at Mario's Banquet Hall. This year's theme is the Roaring Twenties. We anticipate a big turnout and an entertaining evening for all. Tickets are on sale and can be purchased online or by contacting the Greater Mission Chamber of Commerce at 956-585-2727. We look forward to seeing everyone there, and we hope you can make it out. That's it for now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have department reports are in your packet. If you have any
Move to approve,
questions,
Mayor.
don't hesitate to ask. If not, we do need a motion to...
I move for approval, Mayor.
Second.
A motion and second to approve the department reports. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Citizens' participation, do we have anybody from the audience that would like to address the council? Okay. Next item is item 1.1A. It's our planning and zoning, planning public hearings, planning and zoning recommendations.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. Item 1.1A is a public hearing. This is for a rezoning of a 1-acre tract of land out of the north 10 acres of the south 16.97 acres of Lot 172, John H. Sherry subdivision. The request is from R1 Single Family Residential to C3 General Business District, and the applicant is Payne Imports LLC. If the council is inclined to approve it, it would require the adoption of an ordinance. On September 28th of 2016, the Planning and Zoning Commission held a public hearing to consider this rezoning request. As you can see, it's at the northwest corner area of Glasscock and the Expressway. There was no public opposition during the P&Z meeting. The board unanimously recommended approval of the C3 zone. Staff is recommending approval, as is our city manager. This is a public hearing. This matter is now before you.
Anybody in favor or against this request? Anybody in favor or against this request? If not, the recommendation is to approve and adopt ordinance 4410 and approve the rezoning.
So move, Mayor. Second.
Motion is second. The ordinance is 4410. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor.
Next item.
Thank you, Mayor. Item 1.1B is also a public hearing. This is for rezoning of a 1-acre tract of land out of the north 10 acres of the south 10 acres of the north 20 acres of the same lot, 172 John H. Sherry subdivision. And the request is also from R1 Single Family Residential to C3 General Business District, and the applicant is also Payne Imports LLC. And this would require the adoption of an ordinance if the council is inclined to approve it. On September 28th, the Planning and Zoning Commission held a public hearing to consider the rezoning request. As you can see, the property is located near the northwest corner of Glasscock Road and US Expressway 83. There was no public opposition during the Planning Commission meeting. The board unanimously recommended approval of the C3 zone. Staff is recommending approval, as is our city manager. This is a public hearing. This matter is now before you.
Anybody in favor or against this request? Anybody in favor or against? If not, the recommendation is to go ahead and approve the rezoning and adopt the ordinance 4411.
Move to approve.
Mayor, I have a quick question.
Second, Mayor.
Go ahead.
Just, that property, south of that property is still residential, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. There's another item on the agenda that we'll be looking at that.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Item C.
Item 1.1C is also a public hearing, and this is rezoning of 1.25 acres out of the southeast part of the north, 10 acres of the south, 16.97 acres out of lot 172 John H. Sherry subdivision. The current zoning is R1, and the request is to a C3 General Business District request. And this is also by Payne LLC. This would require the adoption of an ordinance if the council is inclined to approve it. We did have a public hearing on September 28th before the Planning Commission to consider this rezoning. As you can see, this is the other portion of the area, and there's a home on it, and however, Payne LLC has acquired these properties. The property is located near the northwest corner of Glasscock Road and US Expressway 83 frontage. There was no public opposition during the Planning Commission meeting, and the Planning Commission recommended approval, unanimously recommended approval of the C3 zone. Staff is recommending approval, as is our city manager. This is a public hearing. This matter is now before you.
Anybody in favor or against this request? Anybody in favor or against? If not, the recommendation is to approve the rezoning of 1.25 acres and also adopt ordinance 4412.
So move, Mayor. Second.
Motion is second to approve the request. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Against, motion carries.
So now we have C3 from Expressway to that
Yes, ma'am.
other...
To the other Balendrano property? Correct,
portion.
yes.
Okay. So there's nothing in between that hasn't been rezoned?
Correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Item D.
Item 1.1D is a public hearing. This is for a rezoning of 6.065 acre tract of land out of lots 21 and 22 Reese subdivision from agricultural open interim to C3 General Business District. The applicant is Quiricho LTD, and this would require the adoption of an ordinance if the council is inclined to approve it. On September 28th, we did have a meeting before the Planning Commission to consider this rezoning. The property is located at the northwest corner of Trinity and Bryan Road. There was no public opposition during the Planning Commission meeting. The board unanimously recommended approval of the C3 zone. Staff is recommending approval, as is our city manager. This is a public hearing. This matter is now before you, Mayor, Council.
Anybody in favor or against this request? Anybody in favor or against? If not, the recommendation is to go ahead and approve rezoning of 6.065 acres and also adopt ordinance 4413.
Move to approve. Second.
A motion and second to approve. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Item E.
Thank you, Mayor. Item 1.1E is a public hearing. This is for a conditional use permit for the manufacturing and packaging of tortilla chips in a C4 zone at 715 North Glasscock Road. This is Suite 12. This is Lot 12 of International Business Plaza subdivision. The zoning of this plaza is C4, heavy commercial, and the applicant is Gonzalo E. Solis, doing business as Vailwer Global LLC. This would require the adoption of an ordinance if the council is inclined to approve it. We did have a public hearing before the Planning Commission on September 28th to consider this conditional use permit. The property is located within a warehouse plaza approximately 765 feet south of Business 83 along the west side of C Street. There was no public opposition during the Planning Commission meeting. The board unanimously recommended approval for life of use, and the reason for that is because we've seen it come before the council several times. So staff is recommending approval of this conditional use permit for life of use, subject to continued compliance with building, fire, and health codes, and that the drop-off and pickup of the items be solely within the front of the site, no alley deliveries or pickups, and also compliance with Section 156.8 of the zoning code, which is pollution. It states no form of pollution shall emanate beyond the immediate property line of the permitted use. So we're recommending approval for life of use, as is our Planning Commission and our city manager. This is a public hearing. This matter is now before you.
Anybody in favor or against this request? Anybody in favor or against? If not, the recommendation is to go ahead and approve the conditional use permit and also adopt ordinance 4414.
So move, Mayor.
Second.
Motion is second to go ahead and approve the recommendation. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor, Council.
We have disposition of minutes for the city council meeting on September the 26th of 2016. We do need approval of the minutes.
Move for approval.
Second.
Mayor.
The motion is second to approve the minutes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. We also have to acknowledge the receipt of the minutes for the several boards that we have. First one is the Mission Redevelopment Authority on August the 23rd, and the Mission Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone on August the 23rd also of 2016. The Zoning Board of Adjustments on August the 17th of 2016, and the Planning and Zoning Commission on September the 14th of 2016, and also on September the 19th of 2016. We do need to acknowledge those minutes.
They are moved for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and second. To acknowledge the minutes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Item 4.1, Ida.
Yes, Mayor, Council. 4.1 is the authorization to renew contract with Sprint for mobile phone services for the City of Mission via an HGAC contract. We've been with this particular vendor for 2 years. We have no complaints, great service, great rates that they give the City of Mission, and we'd like to renew it for another additional 2 years, which would expire this contract in October 30th of 2018. Our recommendation is to approve.
So move, Mayor.
Second.
A motion and a second to go ahead and renew the contract with Sprint. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Thank you.
Mr. Salinas, Robert,
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council members. Item 4.2 is the authorization to award bid for chlorine gas for the north and south water treatment plants. The City of Mission has accepted and opened 2 bid responses for this chemical, which is chlorine gas. The staff recommends awarding to DPC Industries, who is the lowest responsible bidder, meeting all specifications.
do need a motion to approve the lowest responsible bids.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second to approve. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Item 4.3,
Yes, sir, Mayor, City Council members. Item 4.3 is the authorization to award bid for liquid emulsion polymer for the wastewater treatment plant. The City of Mission has accepted and opened 2 bid responses for this chemical. Staff recommends awarding to Ford Bend Services, who is the lowest responsible bidder, meeting all specifications.
Move to approve, Mayor.
Second.
we have a motion and second to go ahead and approve the lowest responsible bid. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 4.4,
Yes, sir, Mayor, City Council members. Item 4.4 is the authorization to award bid for odor control chemical for the wastewater treatment plant and lift stations throughout the City of Mission. The City of Mission has accepted and opened 1 bid response for the odor control chemical in a solid form in cases, and 3 bid responses for odor control chemical in liquid form. Staff recommends awarding to Blue Star Chemicals in the solid form and Share Corp in the liquid form, who are the lowest responsible bidder, meeting all specifications.
you only have 1 bid?
We have, there's 2 separate bids for this chemical. One, it's in a solid form in cases, and the other one, it's on liquid form, which is...
It's the same company?
It's 2 separate companies. The first company is, it's Blue Star Chemicals, which is in the solid form, it's in cases. And the second lowest bid just for the liquid form of the chemical is Share Corporation.
Both of the lowest bids,
Yes, it was 2 separate bids for the same chemical.
they're the lowest bids?
Yes, they're the lowest bid, Blue Star Chemical and Share Corporation.
Okay, we need a motion to go ahead and approve
Move to approve
Lowest
as
bid.
per staff recommendation.
Second.
the motion and second to go ahead and approve the lowest responsible bids. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 4.5,
Yes, sir, Mayor, City Council members, item 4.5 is the authorization to award bid for polymer chemical for the north and south water treatment plants. The City of Mission has accepted and opened 1 bid response for this chemical. Again, staff recommends awarding to Ford Bend Services, who is the lowest responsible bidder.
here's the only bid.
The only bid, yes, sir.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go ahead and approve the only bid and the lowest responsible bid. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 4.6,
Yes, sir, Mayor, City Council members, item 4.6 is the authorization to award bid for powder activated carbon for the north and south water treatment plants. The City of Mission has accepted and opened 2 bid responses for powder activated carbon. Staff recommends awarding to Brentag Southwest, who is the lowest responsible bidder.
we need a motion to go ahead and approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go ahead and approve to the lowest responsible bid. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 4.7.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. I come before you with item 4.7. This is the authorization to execute and final 1-year renewal option with the First Vehicle Service. The contract terms were for 3 years with 2 1-year renewal options. At this time, First Vehicle Services has opted not to increase the cost of services for contract renewal. Staff is seeking authorization to extend contract for the second and final 1-year renewal option with First Vehicle Service. We also have a representative from First Vehicle Service, sir, if you have any questions.
I
One
move
more.
for approval. Second.
We have a motion and a second to go ahead and approve a renewal of 1 more year.
Yes, sir.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Council.
Thank you. Mr. Dominguez.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. First item, the City of Mission Police Department is requesting authorization to accept the FY 2016 COPS hiring grant application from the U.S. Department of Justice Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services. The program allows for the hiring of police officers where the program pays for 75% of the officer's salary and is matched by the city at 25% through the tenure of the 3-year grant. The City of Mission will be required to maintain the position for 1 additional year at 100% expense to the city. The grant will allow the hiring of a total of 8 new police officers. The police department, under the policies and procedures of our federal drug forfeiture account, will supply the first year 25% match that is required by the grant. The total amount of the grant award is $1 million, and the City of Mission cash match over the tenure of the grant is $358,069. We're requesting authorization, sir, to accept the grant from the U.S. Department of Justice COPS office in Washington.
This is 3 years?
It's a 3-year grant, sir.
The first year is,
all 3 years is 75%.
the city picks up
And
25.
25% by the city. I just wanted to mention, Mayor, if you allow me, kind of a thank you to U.S. Senator John Cornyn's office that helped us with the grant, U.S. Congressman Henry Cuellar's office, Hollis Rutledge and Associates that helped us.
Hollis Rutledge, you showed up today.
Frank San Martin from his office was instrumental in writing the grant for us, and also want to thank Assistant Chief Joel Arale that worked with Mr. San Martin on the grant as well.
Chief, effective when?
It is already effective, sir. As soon as you approve it, I will be able to start hiring. I do have still an eligibility list that I can select officers from. I don't think I have the total of 8 that I can choose from, but we can start the process of hiring.
Well, I'll make the motion to accept it.
Second.
We have a motion and second to go ahead and approve the 2016 COPS hiring grant. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yes, motion carries. Thank you very much. It's a good grant.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
4.9.
The next item, the City of Mission Police is requesting authorization to enter into a contract between the City of Mission and Mary Ann Perales to serve as a technical supervisor for the alcohol breath test program services. Ms. Mary Ann Perales, DBA, is a sole source vendor for breath test services in Hidalgo, Willacy, Cameron, and Starr counties. It is the responsibility of Ms. Perales to assure the operation of the Intoxilizer 9000 for use by Mission Police officers who are tasked with testing persons arrested for the offense of driving while intoxicated. The total amount of the yearly contract is $11,000. The contract is for a period of 1 year beginning on October 1st, 2016. The contract will renew each October 1st for an additional 1 year unless and until term is provided under Section 3. Staff is requesting authorization to enter into the contract with Ms. Perales.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and second to go ahead and enter into a contract between the City of Mission and Mary Ann Perales. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 410, go ahead.
The City of Mission Police Department is requesting authorization to enter into a maintenance agreement with Tyler Technologies, a sole source vendor for maintenance on the department's electronic ticket writers, ticket writer printers, and our traffic accident e-crash modules. The aforementioned devices are used on a daily basis by Mission Police officers to issue electronic traffic citations and to write traffic accident reports that are electronically sent to the Department of Transportation in Austin. The total amount of the maintenance agreement for the year is $12,293.75. We're requesting authorization to enter into that maintenance agreement.
So move, Mayor.
Second.
We have a motion and second to go ahead and authorize to enter a maintenance agreement with Tyler Technologies. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 411.
The Mission Police Department is requesting authorization to surplus the attached listing of used police vehicles for the purpose of selling said vehicles via GovDeals online auction. These police vehicles were acquired by the City of Mission Police Department over the years and have served their purpose. Staff is recommending that the attached listing of vehicles be declared surplus.
So move, Mayor.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go ahead Not the right to surplus used police vehicles for the purpose of selling them throughout the GOV deals online auction.
Yes, Mayor.
How many cars are you giving away?
So we're selling a total of 10 vehicles.
10 vehicles. They've been calling on when they're going to have, that's why I'm asking.
Yes, after this council meeting, I think Joe from the Finance Department will put them online, and
So they're going to be online, so they can go in line. The people from Miguel Alemán, Camargo, and those people
Yes.
have been calling.
yes,
So I can
I'm
give
thinking
them-
by this week they'll be online for the purpose of then submitting a bid.
Okay. We have motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 412,
The Mission Police Department is requesting authorization to accept the FY 2016 Bulletproof Vest Partnership Grant from the Office of Justice Programs Bureau of Justice Assistance. The grant will allow our organization the opportunity to purchase bulletproof vests for our police officers for half of the sale price. The Bureau of Justice Assistance will provide $13,633 for the purchase of the vest through the grant, and the City of Mission Police Department will provide a cash match of $13,633. The total amount of $27,266 will allow us the opportunity to purchase a total of 34 bulletproof vests. The cash amount is of $13,633 will be obtained from the Police Department Federal Sharing Account, from our drug account.
how much is the total amount?
The total amount is $27,266, sir. $27,266.
Okay, we need a motion to go ahead and authorize to accept
So move, Mayor.
Second.
the bulletproof vest grant. We have motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Next item, Mayor and City Council, the Mission Police Department is requesting authorization to accept the FY 2017 Local Border Security Grant from the Office of the Governor's Homeland Security Grant Division. The Mission Police has been awarded a total of $205,000. These funds will be utilized to provide overtime funds to Mission Police officers for the purpose of increasing police patrols throughout the city and to assist with criminal investigations into the detection of crime. The grant will be in effect from October 10th of 2016 through August 31st of 2017.
How much is the grant?
$205,000.
I move for approval.
Second.
We have motion and second to accept the grant. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Thank you.
Seems like we operate on grants nowadays.
Yes, Mayor, we're pretty good at writing grants and
Wow.
getting grants for,
You've done very good, and everybody else is getting grants, so
yes.
this is very good out of the governor's office.
Thank you, Mayor.
414, Mr. Benson.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. I have before you item number 4.14. On November 23, 2015, the City of Mission entered into a state-approved contract for cleaning and sanitation supplies for city facilities. The Parks and Recreation Department is seeking authorization to continue service with Gulf Coast Paper Company. The contract term, the original contract term were for 1 year primary with 2 one-year renewal options based on 0% increase in price. Staff is seeking authorization to extend the contract for the first of 1 year renewal option via state-approved by board contract number 490-15. The Parks Department has been doing business with Gulf Coast Papers for the past 19 years.
How much is the contract for?
It's approximately $53,000.
How much?
$53,000, sir.
For 1 year?
Yes, sir.
And they're supposed to clean what?
It's cleaning supplies for all of our city facilities, bathrooms out in the parks and such like that, as well as the city hall.
Cleaning supplies.
Move for approval, Mayor.
Second.
Second.
We have motion and second to go ahead and approve the recommendation to execute for 1 year and also to renew and to have an option for the following year? 2?
Cool. This is our first of 2 year renewals.
Okay. 2 and 1?
No, we're just renewing for 1 year right now.
Yeah, but you have an option for the second one.
Yes, sir. For next year,
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 415,
4.15 is October 13, 2014, the City of Mission entered into a state-approved contract for air-conditioned filter services for city facilities and their buildings. The Parks and Recreation Department is seeking authorization to continue service with JF Filtration, Inc. The contract terms were for a one-year primary with 2 one-year renewal options based on 0% price increase. Staff is seeking authorization to extend contract for the second and final one-year renewal option via state-approved by board contract number 458-14. The Parks Department has been doing business with JF Filtration for the past 12 years. The monthly charges for this service are totaling $1,028 monthly, with a total annual cost of about $12,336 per year.
12,000?
$12,336.
Need a motion to go ahead and authorize
So moved.
to execute the second one-year program. A motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Budget amendments. These are the good ones.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. Item 4.16 is the approval of the attached budget amendments. First, we have a budget reclassification in the Municipal Court Technology Fund. This is related to item 4.10 for $12,300. This reclassification has no effect on fund balance. Funds are being reclassified from capital outlay to property services to cover the cost for the maintenance agreements of the electronic ticket writers, ticket writer printers, and the traffic accident e-crash module. Next, we have a request for the designated purpose fund, which is our grant fund. This is to set up the budget for 5 grants totaling $777,587 in revenues and expenditures. The 5 grants that make up this total amount are $62,821 from the Texas Department of Transportation for the 2017 STEP Comprehensive Grant, which was approved on September 12th, $60,540 from the Office of the Governor for the Edward Bryan Memorial Justice Grant, which was approved on September 26th, $27,266 from the Office of the Justice Programs Bureau of Justice Assistance for the 2016 Bulletproof Vest Grant, which was item 4.12, $205,000 from the Office of the Governor for the 2017 Local Border Security Program, which was item 4.13, and $421,960 from the U.S. Department of Justice for the 2016 COPS Hiring Grant, which was item 4.8, and this amount is for the first year of the salaries and benefits for the 8 officers on a 75-25% reimbursement rate.
So you
And these are the 5 grants that make up the
you
700.
need a budget,
And that's it.
Is that for 3 years, the last one?
you have a budget amendment or you have a, what are you asking for?
The first one is for reclassification of the $12,300. That's from the Municipal Court Technology Fund. We're just moving funds around to pay for the ticket writers. And the second one is a budget amendment for the 5 grants. And the 5 grants total the $777,000.
Mayor, I so move.
$177,587.
Correct.
Mayor, I move to approve.
Second.
A motion and second to go ahead and approve the designated purpose fund of $777,587. A motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have no unfinished business. Do you have any comments?
Well, I think you made the comment already, Mayor. I just wanted to congratulate, I think the police department has done very well in the grants. If you look at this budget amendment that we just approved, total of $777,000 that have come forward in different grants to go towards police department operations, and I think that's great work from the PD, and hopefully we can continue doing that. And we're working on several grants with other departments that we're hoping that we're going to do well, and we'll continue that work. So that's all I have there.
Okay, we now go into executive session.
Mayor, I move that we go into executive session pursuant to VTCA Government Code Section 551.001, Mayor.
Second.
We have motion and second to go into executive session. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 This motion carries.
Go back into open session.
We
Second.
have a motion and second to go back in, reconvene. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Yes, motion carries. No se han ido. ¿Les dan interés aquí, hombre?
That's me, right?
Se acabó el chivo. Okay, Martin?
Mr. Mayor and Council, if proceeding on items from executive session, item 7.1A, if the council wishes to take action on this item, we would need a motion to approve the mediated settlement agreement in cause number CCD-0189-A, and further authorize city manager and/or city attorney or outside designated counsel to execute all legal documents necessary to resolve this matter and to proceed with finalizing the acquisition of the property.
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yes, motion carries.
Mayor, on 7.1B, if the council wishes to take action, we would need a motion to authorize the city manager to negotiate and enter into a consultant agreement with Jesus Horacio Gonzalez for the purpose of providing cross-border economic development consulting services to the city of Mission within the parameters discussed in executive session.
Need a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second.
A motion and second to authorize Mr. Martin Garza to work out a contract with Mr. Gonzalez. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Item 7.1C, Mayor, is, if the council wishes to take action, we would need a motion to authorize the city manager to negotiate and resolve the property damage claim with the owner of said property located at 2210 Marble in Mission, Texas.
Need a motion to go ahead and authorize to pay for the $600?
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Moving on to 7.2A, Mayor, if the council wishes to take action, we would need a motion to authorize the city manager to negotiate a lease agreement with EcoSite, Inc. within the parameters discussed in executive session.
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
We have a motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Item B.
Item B, if the council wishes to take action, we would need a motion to authorize the mayor to execute a correction deed of a 2.65 acre tract being adjacent to Lot 262, John H. Sherry subdivision, correcting the property legal description as reflected on Exhibits A and A1 of the JNH surveying meets and bounds and sketch dated September 8th, 2016.
Second, Mayor.
The motion is second to go ahead and authorize the mayor to go ahead and sign the correction deed. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. That is the end of our agenda.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
We do have a motion and second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Thank you.